Oh my god. Just play the game. Nintendo Switch, just do it. I have like an hour to stream. Hello, subscribers and future subscribers. I'm KarmaJolt. We're going to be playing some Panel de Pon, which is Tetris Attack in North America, but in Japan it was called Panel de Pon. And instead of having Yoshi characters, they had little, like, chibi anime girls. Freg, how are you? I know that I said that we were going to finish Breath of Fire last night, but my friend Dustin Bonk wanted to hang out, and I kind of thought I could use a chance to get out of the house to discuss some very important topics, Wahoo Luigi, and Lando Eats Food. And I would have started streaming earlier today, but I also had to talk about something very important with a loved one, so I'm a little late, and I apologize, but I had life stuff to do, everybody. It was very important. So thank you for understanding. Let's play some Tetris Attack, which is like a pretty good game, and it's one of my favorite time wasters of all time, but also it's so low commitment, and that's, I have to take Jackie J to an appointment later, so I can't play anything that, like Final Fantasy Tactics, you know, where, like, one battle would take 2 hours. Timos, yeah, life. Oh my god, Wahoo Luigi. I want to say life has been kicking my ass lately, but like really it was mistakes that I've made that have been kicking my ass lately. Yeah, also known as Pokemon Puzzle League. Freg, it's essentially the same game on the N64. But reskinned with some Pokemon. Although I do think that game is harder. And I can't like 1000% articulate why. I think the randomness, quote unquote, of that game is not completely random, and it I don't want to say it punishes you. But sometimes, like, when random blocks fall from the top of the screen, like in the versus mode, whether you're playing 2-player or 1-player, it seems like the game makes sure that nothing will fall into a combo or chain if you've been kind of abusing that. Lexi Wolf, I wore my new KarmaJolt hoodie to work today. Everyone asked who that is. I said he is someone who is great. Oh my gosh, Lexi Wolf. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Who here plays this game? There's like 10 games that seem similar on the NSO. What else would that be? Well, this is a great Veterans Day. Yeah, happy 11/11, everybody. Blame je. Bienvenue. That means sup. No, it doesn't. Free appetizers for veterans at the restaurant today, so I'm busy as hell already. Hell yeah, good for you. Wario's Woods, Yoshi something or other. Wario's Woods, I would argue, is quite different from this game. Although, you know, it still does have that core element of, like, you know, thin, tall, vertical screen. Colored blocks. Connect all the colors. So yeah, I mean, there are similarities. Tetris DX, Magical Drop 2, Mr. Driller 2, Dr. Mario. Mr. Driller. Ooh, baby, I messed it up. That's okay, we got a really good chain there. I had to shut up and concentrate for that one. Like, Barkley, shut up and concentrate. Alright, what was that, an 11? That's not so bad. It's been forever since I got the question mark. James the Catboy, what's going on? Good technique. Have you played it before? What, this game? Oh yeah, since like 1996, probably. How about you? Quick Guns, what's going on? Yeah, hopefully okay, so I have to like pack up the stream and immediately leave the house at like 2 o'clock. I have an alarm set for that, but my phone's been doing this thing where the alarms don't go off. Isn't that lovely? I somehow moved the block that was falling. Mid-fall. There's a Tetris game a fan game called Apostrus, which is Tetris Definitive Edition. Blames you. I'm like not actually good at Tetris. I guess I'm okay at it. But like, compared to people who play Tetris, I would say I am not. This game was called Tetris Attack in North America, despite not really having all that much to do with Tetris. Jonas H. Yeah, so this is Panel de Pon, which is, and it's the Japanese version of Tetris Attack. Or rather, I should say, we got Tetris Attack in North America, which was the American version of Panel de Pon. But it's a game on Super Nintendo. I am playing it on the Nintendo Switch. You can play it on these on the NSO Super Nintendo Collection. It's not on the SNES Classic. Nowadays, it's called Puzzle League. So is there something that's just called Puzzle League? Freg? Because I know this game was Pokemon Puzzle League on the N64. And they used actual voice samples from the show, which is awesome. Great choice. Dang it. Didn't get into Tetris 99 because I thought I'd get addicted. Instead, I got addicted to F-Zero 99. Yeah, I think Tetris 99 actually had a tie-in with F-Zero where they, like, you know, they didn't do any, like, crazy game mode or anything, but what they did was they made it so that, like, some of the cars would appear during, like, a special F-Zero 99 related event, and they'd play, like, the Big Blue theme. Alves, hey Karma, did I miss the ending for Breath of Fire 2 yesterday? No, you did not. I ended up not streaming yesterday because I've been going through some stuff, everybody. And my good friend Dustin Bonk was like, why don't you come out to the bar with me and we'll play some skee ball. And it was nice. It was very nice. So shoutouts to Dustin Bonk. Season 49 Arcadia Portland skee ball champion, Dustin Bonk. Excuse me. Excuse me. I meant to say his name right. You're one of my top streamers to watch. Oh, what a compliment. Hey, thank you so much. Alves. I hope I'm getting your name right. Nicholas McMahon Watson. Different game selection today? Oh, I've streamed this game probably once every 3 months for the past 10 years. No, not 10 years. It would be 7 or 8 years. I didn't start live streaming on YouTube until 2017. In fact, I don't think it was something you could do until around then. But yeah, this is one of my favorite time wasters of all time. Oops. Oh, I input error there. Could have continued that chain. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Just checking the time. Because again, I don't have that long to stream. I have to bring Jackie J to his appointment. That's what I wanted to do earlier. An Enigma! I came to Heidi back, but all I got were these pieces of weight. Oh my gosh. Alright, hold on. I gotta show you something. So, do I have another controller? I guess I can use the Joy-Cons here. Enigma and I actually used to play this game like IRL in person. I'm not sure if my the L and R buttons on my single Joy-Con will work. So let me switch controllers here to this. For some reason, me and Enigma had a joke going on about how one of the characters in Tetris Attack, the English version of this game, I think Lakitu, actually, as a matter of fact, when he gets like a combo or a chain, he says 8. And then we started making jokes about maybe he's a pirate or something and how he enjoys his pieces 08. But this... Wait, I want to go to the 2-player mode. There we go. So let's do a 2-player, I guess, versus mode here. It doesn't matter what difficulty you pick. Riku Storm and blames you. Oh, but yeah, okay, so in the American version of this game, this is Panel de Pon. It's the Japanese equivalent of Tetris Attack. In America, on Tetris Attack, I should say, let me start that one over. Quick Guns and Riku Storm and Jonas H. So this is Panel de Pon. It is the Japanese equivalent of a puzzle game that we got here in North America called Tetris Attack. And in Tetris Attack, in the North American version, all of these chibi anime girls are instead replaced with characters from the Yoshi games. For example, Yoshi and Lakitu and Bumpty, that adorable penguin. But these characters down here are normally locked in the American version. I think it works in the Japanese version too, but if you hit L and R on both controllers at the same time, which I'm having a hard time doing because I'm using separate Joy-Cons. Yeah, okay, if you just mash L and R at the same time on both controllers, you can unlock the locked characters. And again, in the North American version, these are Yoshi characters. Like there is Hookbill the Koopa, and there is Naval Piranha from Yoshi's Island. Then there's Kamek and Bowser. But in this game, you get Thanatos. Obviously, it's supposed to be Thanatos and Corderia, which is the planet you start on in Star Fox, obviously. But you do have Dragon and Phoenix, so like, let's take a look at what these characters look like. If my Joy-Cons can stop freaking drifting. Oh my gosh. So Corderia, I guess, is the final boss in the regular one-player version. Yeah, you also get characters like Poochie, I suppose. Oh my god, that laugh. And then what does this person sound like? Kind of like a Godzilla sort of creature screaming there. Okay. But yeah, so that code does work in the North American version of Tetris Attack, where if you're on that 2-player versus screen, you can hit L and R at the same time on both controllers to unlock the question mark characters. Just thought I'd show that off. Ever play Puyo Puyo, by the way, KJ? A little bit, Riku Storm, but I have trouble with colors. Amazing, I didn't know that. I will use that next time I Olay. Yes, I know what you meant. Oil of Olay, of course. Oh, yes, and to get back to what Enigma said in the chat, he said a weird thing that looked like he said hi, D-Beck. In the North American version, if you play as Naval Piranha, the sound effect that he makes whenever you get a combo or chain is something like, hey, D-Beck? And we would always make fun of that. And we were like, alright, obviously someone has to pick this character every time because it sounds dumb. What year would you say that was, Enigma? Last time we played that game. That must have been like 2008 or something like that. Yeah, circa 2008. Oh my god, we said the same year. You good, bro. I suck at Puyo Puyo too. Riku Storm? Yeah, I think even if I could see the colors well, I just don't quite understand what I'm supposed to be doing in that game in order to be good at it. Shoot. Tiny Cat? Tiny Cat? It's kind of like Heidi Beck, but different. Tiny Cat is in front of my other monitor, so he's blocking the chat right now. Oh, you can kind of see him. Yeah, look at that little mustache. Guh, is what she's saying, probably. It's probably what you're saying in the chat too, but I can't see because Tiny Cat is in front of my chat monitor. Oh my gosh. Oh, good little boy. Alright, let's try to get a like a times question mark here. Great start, actually. Ooh, I messed up there. Input error. Oops. Tiny Cat? Let's just, like, play good there. Alright, he moved. I can kind of read the chat now. Riku Storm? She is not. And that's the thing that I messed up. That's the thing I've been talking about. That cat is beautiful. Jonas H? Yeah, he's a good boy, a little bit of a diva sometimes, but he's been a friend of mine since, since like 2013. Yo, Arm for Now donated $20. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. Did I pin the message at the top of the chat? I did not. Hey, Arm for Now, thank you so much. Everyone put the, like one of these in the chat. And then I smacked my microphone too. Oh my gosh, and Enigma donated a cool $10 saying, thanks for reliving some of my favorite couch gaming memories, KJ. Hey, Enigma, someday it'll happen again. Riku, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind talking about it a little bit. But hey, yeah, everyone put the question marks on the arms. Yo, we suddenly got $30 in donations. So let's reset this reps counter. I forgot about that. We got 60 tricep presses to go because we're doing double reps today. Hey, yeah, thanks, Arm for Now and Enigma. And Vigorous Apathy Games, I see you as well. It's not... Okay, there it is. All right. We'll do some lifts. At the end of this game, whenever I decide that is. I got a times 10, that's pretty good. I could have extended it if I had, like, enough blocks on the left side, but I didn't have the shapes. I didn't have the shapes I was looking for. I was out of shapes, everyone. Which is why I should do these tricep presses, don't you think? You doing okay, Karma? Nicholas McMahon Watson? No, I'm really not. Thank you for asking, but... I think it'll get better. How do I phrase this? I think... I'm not done fighting yet. Not like fighting. You know what I meant. KJ, I'm probably gonna play Mega Man 1 and maybe 2 also later today, bro. Yo, Riku Storm? Those games, like... They never become unfun, you know? Like... For some reason... I'll just never ever get bored of the old Mega Man games. I feel that. Just taking the next step is all we can do sometimes. Nicholas McMahon Watson? Yeah, I mean, if there's a chance, then I'm putting in work. And I do good work. So... In the meantime, though, I've been sad. I've been sad, everyone. So thank you so much for making me feel better. Oh, I'm like out of blocks here. I don't think I could have extended that combo if I tried. That was a good one. What was that, 11 or 10? I like the game Bejeweled too. Jonas, I used to play Bejeweled all the time in like the computer lab when I was in high school. Maybe it was Bejeweled 2. I actually don't remember. That was before Candy Crush. Bejeweled is so good. Yeah, does that still exist? Like, it's gotta, right? That's gotta be such a low-effort game to maintain. Oh my god, I was too fast there. I was too early. I was trying to set up for the next step, but I messed up the current step. Whoops. Robbie L, how are you? Mega Man 11 is the last game. Oh, you know what? I bought Mega Man 11 a long time ago and just didn't play it. Dang. I could have extended that one. Could have had a much longer chain there. Robert McGee, what's going on? How are you? Robbie L, it's your 45th birthday? Heck yeah. Yo, everyone put the 4-5 in the chat. Like you're Michael Jordan making a comeback. Hey, thanks for showing up. You got plans? You got plans for the B-Day? Alright, I feel like I'm playing alright today. I'm not getting the huge chains like I want to, but... This is a juicy one. Oh, baby, we did it. We got the times question mark, and we're still going. Look at that. Well, that's gonna be a freaking stream highlight. Michael Mervin and Robbie L. Happy birthday. Yeah, put more 45s in the chat, everyone. Let's do these 60 tricep presses, because I feel like it. Ready? I will pause for this. I'll pause the game. But yo, shout outs to Arm for Now and Enigma. Makes you put the arm question mark in the chat. These sleeves are actually a little too tight for me to roll up. I apologize. Still a youngster to me. All right, let's do... I think we can do all 60 of these. Ready? I used to play Planet Puzzle League back then, says Sam H. Tell me about that game. Like, I love Tetris Attack, but I haven't... I guess there are a lot of clones of this game that I never played. All right, let's do 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Did you hear my brain mess that up? I went 43, 45, 44. Yo, an Enigma with the cool $5 sing. Please round down by 1 rep. All right, an Enigma, here's what I'm going to do. It is double reps today, so I'm going to give you all 10 of those reps, but I'm only going to count 9 of them. All right. Hey, an Enigma, thank you so much. Everyone put the question marks in the chat. And a croissant for Nick the Frenchie. Do you know Columns? Yes. Yeah, I did play that on Genesis. A little bit, casually. I guess that's how you play that game. Nightwish came to like the stream and dip. Good set, brother. Hey, Nightwish, thank you so much. I got 10 more to go, but only 9 of them count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 again. All right. Hey, an Enigma, thank you so much. This game gets easier the more tired your triceps are. Obviously. That's why I'm doing that. Timos and Riku Storm. A storm of Rikus. What's the plural of Riku? Probably Riku. Probably is the plural. Oops. Oops. We should change your name to Norm the Frenchie? Why? I realize you're not talking to me, but also I want to know why, because I'm nosy. My username is a reference to Kingdom Hearts. Okay, that's what I was gonna guess. Never got into Kingdom Hearts. But I'm glad that they have an all-star voice acting cast. I mean, they have Danny DeVito, but they also have Lance Bass as Sephiroth? Lance Bass of NSYNC? That's kind of cool. Isn't that weird? Ah. Ooh, what a recovery. Oops. And deny my Nickness? Nah, Nick the Frenchie? I would never. Michael Mervin, how dare you? Although, to be fair, I get it. Sometimes it's overwhelming how Nick the Frenchie is. Like, he's so Nick the Frenchie that I can't handle it. Sometimes. Dropped it in there perfectly. Okay, this is an insane game. Usually, especially if I haven't played in a while, my goal, like I've been saying for years, is like, I like to aim for 60,000 points in 20 minutes. And that's kind of challenging to achieve if it's been like a couple months since I've played. But I did play the other day, and I guess I got some of that skill back. Because we're at 57,000 points in under 12 minutes. And I don't know if you know anything about math, but 12 minutes is less than 20 minutes. Hold on, let me look that up. Also, don't like KarmaJolt. I'm adorable and you know it. A little bit of madness never killed anyone. That's, well, arguably. That's arguable. You could argue against it, as a matter of fact. In fact, I will. I will say that madness has killed people before. Especially if it's Macho Man Randy Savage with the madness. I know nothing about mathematics. Michael Mathematics Mervin? I believe you, yes. Oop. But, okay, you're right. Nick the Frenchie? But I appreciate you being here. What game is this, says Deadshot Zaki. This is Panel de Pon, aka Tetris Attack, and I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch thingy. Riku Storm, yeah, the cream of the crop. You are appreciated, KarmaJolt. Hey, Nick the Frenchie, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. I'm not the only one who's appreciated around here. You're appreciated. Alright, that was a good chain too. Lore drop. In Enigma, I worked in a place called the Math Lab in college, says Michael Mervin. They let you in even though you don't know anything about math? You gave him the con? Sounds like a long con. The Math Lab. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Riku Storm, that is kind of funny. Why do they call it that? I once appreciated NTF so much that he was suspended from trading on the stock exchange for a few days. Nice, Enigma. That is a solid one-liner there. Whoa, that was probably a frame-perfect input there. That I was able to somehow switch the column of the falling block and continue that chain. It's not supposed to work that way. The fuller, boring name was the Math Lab at the Learning Assistance Center. It was a drop-in tutoring room where tutors were available all day to help students with their homework. That's neat. I did some people's math and physics homework for money when I was in college. And other payments. Food. Which is the best thing you could possibly get paid. Because it's like, it just cuts out the middleman, right? Like, they could pay me in money, sure, but what am I going to do with that money? I'm going to buy food. Just go straight to the source. Be like, hey, you know what? Instead of giving you money and having you do the work, we're just going to give you the food straight up. KJ, you enjoying Castlevania Aria of Sorrow? I am, as a matter of fact, Riku Storm. But I'm so close to finishing Breath of Fire 2 that I think I'm going to stream that tonight, and then I'll get back to Aria of Sorrow. Saria of Aro. Middlemen are usually thieves. Yes. Yeah, that's a pattern I've noticed. Nick the Frenchie. Glad you clarified, because other payments sounded kind of sus. Riku Storm, that's like the kind of joke that I like. Where I say something that sounds sus, and it leads you to believe a thing. And then I pivot. Like, I'll say something that's like, oh, that sounded weirdly sexual, and then I'll pivot to something that is, like, absolutely not. Or, like, I'll make a reference to drugs or crime. Or so you think. And then I'll pivot. That sounds like me. What do we got here? Tetris Tuesday. AQ patron? I forgot it was Tuesday. Yeah, I guess that is what we got. And welcome! We also did 69 tricep presses. Exactly that many and none more. I legit forgot it's Tuesday, says Riku Storm. Yeah, well, I had that thought yesterday. I was like, oh wait, yeah, today's Monday. Because my friend Dustin Vonk wanted to hang out, and I was like, yeah, you want to get some lunch? And he's like, well, I'm at work. And I'm like, oh, it's Monday. Who here has the day off? Yeah, anyway, hamburgers are yummy. That's right. That's right, Fred. They are. They're so good. Did you know that hamburgers are actually German? Yes, Nick the Frenchie, although they are French in that regard. Thermal Oxide, how are you? Tetris Attack is such a funny licensing story. Nintendo thought Panel de Pon wouldn't sell, so they paid thousands to Tetris only to skin it with Yoshi. Yeah, like they wanted to put the name Tetris on the game just so that it would sell better, but then it has nothing to do with Tetris, and they're like, let's put Yoshi characters on it. All right, we made it to 20 minutes. We made it to 20 minutes. At the buzzer chain. All right, that's all we got. Let's do the 20. What time is it? 1:19. All right, I got some time. Yeah, I guess there were a lot of games besides the Final Fantasy series that did that, where, like, for example, Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy, which is an amazing game. It's actually the first game in the Mana series, so it's the prequel to Secret of Mana, or the prequit of Mana. No. Only a little bit to do with Final Fantasy. Character design is similar. There are chocobos, there are Moogles. GG, Karma. I should go prep for my meeting. I'll be back in a bit if you're on. Thanks for the stream. Drop a like, everybody. Hey, Michael Mervin, thank you so much. Deep Ray G, what's going on? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, and then there were some other games on Game Boy, like Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, and 3. Actually not Final Fantasy games. Those are part of the Saga series, as you may know. But Squaresoft was like, this game isn't going to sell unless we put the name Final Fantasy on it, because Americans are starting to like the Final Fantasy games. Let's just say that they're part of Final Fantasy, and that will boost some sales. G2G, also to work on my preflexes. Hey, Enigma. Appreciate you showing up. Thank you so much for the donos. IIRC Mystic Quest is not an actual FF either. Deep Ray G, yeah... Maybe. Yeah, you might be right. Squaresoft was like, we gotta get America into RPGs so we can sell our stuff over there, you know? $17.99 for the collection of Mana. It's on sale. Yo, Freg, I love the collection of Mana. Just for Final Fantasy Adventure, it's worth it. That's a pretty good start with a ×9 there. I only listened thrice. Casey Jones? That's like a James Bond movie, right? Dang. Almost had another chain. Moogles are cute half the time, other half they're pricks. What makes you say that? Riku Storm, you're right. I can't remember an example of them being a bunch of D-bags. Mog in Final Fantasy VI has an attitude, but he's, you know, he's a nice guy overall. Great character. I'm glad they made him the main character. The Moogle quests made me hate them, especially in the Heavensward extension. Of what game? Nick the Frenchie, what's that? Thrice is a band of the music type. Casey Jones? I will listen to it non-stop for the rest of the day. Kamag is adorable. You're right. MTG Moogles are terrifying. Wait, really? I gotta look this up now. Let's play Jet Force Gemini. Casey Jones, I saw a video the other day that was like, yeah, that's one of the hardest games on the N64. Unreasonably difficult. Is that true? Whoa. That should not have happened. Let's play Hamburger. Frag? I could go for one of those. I could play that game. Moogles are friendly in KH. Yeah. Also in Final Fantasy IX, right? They save your game. And they bring you mail. I played that game for like a good 2 or 3 hours. And then I was like, oh, this game's great. I should keep playing it. And then I didn't, Nicholas D. Karma can panel my de Pon. Nicholas D, I have no follow-up, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I love this game's music. It just puts me at ease. Well, what about now, Thermal Oxide? Dang. Why did I do that? In Secret of Mana, the Moogles are just like, ah, we're creatures. And they say, like, Kupo and stuff. And that's about it. And then you, fight the hedgehog enemies and kick them out of the Moogle village. And then the Moogles move back into their village and they're like, thanks. Here's like a gloves orb or something. And then they tell you the secret of the forest about, hey, you're supposed to go from room to room, changing the seasons in order. And it's like, yeah, okay, I could have guessed that. All right, who should I pick? Lip, Windy, Tiana, Elias, Flare, or Seren? You tell me. Selling weapons without morals to whomever. Nick DeFrenchie? It's like that Nicolas Cage movie, Lord of War. Moogles are sketchy in Kingdom Hearts. They trade with the good guys and the bad guys as well. There's a Moogle in the castle of Organization 13. That sounds evil. Yo, multiple votes for Elias? Or is it Elias? She swam. It's a pool day, everybody. Like FY Pool Day on Counter-Strike 1.6, which is the greatest map of all time. Oops, messed it up. Immediate mess up. I say Elias, says Quick Guns. I love this running joke that we have on the channel, where I ask people how to pronounce something, and they'll say it in the chat without spelling it phonetically. They'll just spell it the way it's spelled. Oh, thanks. Alright, that's decent. That's a good start. Let's play Bubble Bubble. Did you mean Bubble Bobble, Casey Jones? I thought Vivi was evil at first, but he's not. That's not what VV is short for? Ooh. Vivi is the black mage in FF9. Yeah, no, I remember. I remember most of the characters anyway. Oop. He's iconic, says Nick DeFrenchie. So are you. Everyone put Le Croissant in the chat for Nick DeFrenchie, who is iconic. Slightly eviler music. The iconic croissant. I had a croissant the other day, actually. Cause I went out to get a coffee. I didn't realize that my usual coffee shop was like closed for construction. But there happens to be another coffee shop down the road the other way, so I went back home. I went back toward my house, and then I walked down the street the other way to go to the different coffee shop, and I was like, you know what? While I'm here, might as well get a brekkie sandwich. I ran into somebody I recognized working there. It was someone I had seen at the, during Pride Month. There was like a drag ball that was kind of fun. Not really my scene. But I recognized one of the performers. And then I was like, anyway, what kind of sandwich do you recommend? And they were like, how full do you want to be? My answer was approximately 90%. I don't think he was hitting on me. But yeah, it was sausage, egg, and cheese with pesto and spinach. And I was like, alright, good call. Good call, sandwich guy. This is why I trust you. On a croissant! So, Nick DeFrenchie, I was thinking about you during breakfasts. That sounds delicious. It was. A little messy. AQ patron, classic egg and bacon sandwich is always nice. I can think of one example where it's not nice, Riku Storm. When it has a gun. Shoot. It was, no, it was good. The croissant is a gun. Yeah, Nick DeFrenchie, here, that's how we do it here in America. I'm so funny. Sometimes. Give me all your croissant. Put the bread in the bag. Oh, something weird happened there that I didn't expect. I don't even remember what it was, but you saw my reaction like... Eight. This lady kind of says 8 too, but she is not the one. In Tetris Attack for Super Nintendo, Lakitu says 8 when he gets a combo or a chain. I don't know what he's actually saying, but it's 8. Kind of sounds like what this lady is saying. The thing is, though, Lakitu is not the water stage in the Super Nintendo version. In fact, he replaces Windy at the wind scene, which is probably the best song in Chrono Trigger. Wind scene? It's the 400 AD theme when you go back to Frog's time period. Jamie's got a croissant. That's it, Casey Jones. That's the song. Shoot! I messed everything up. Ping Penguin, I see you. What is a bunt? That's like a cake, right? Like a circular, like donut-shaped cake that you can put stuff in the middle? Is that what that is? Jamie's got a bunt. It's also the boss in Super Mario RPG that speedrunners will say is like a run killer. Like that's the hardest, one of the hardest bosses for them. That's what that is? Okay. I knew it was something cake related. That goddamn cake. Yeah, Depre G. A sweet bagel? Nick the Frenchie? You're my sweet little bagel. What? What? I'm doing decidedly worse this game, but the jokes got better. Wolf Down Dinner. Had like a thicker version of crepes. Nicholas D, that sounds awesome. What is like the Ethiopian food that's basically like a savory pancake with stuff in the middle, and then you just kind of like tear off pieces of it and then scoop the stuff with it? What am I thinking of? I think it's an Ethiopian dish. Injera? Stuffed vulture? That doesn't sound familiar. Maybe I wouldn't recognize the name if I heard it. Injera? I hardly know her. Yeah, quick guns? Maybe I should have eaten too. Chef, the cake just moved. Yeah, he's like, ouch, ouch. Now what? Did that cake just move? And then Chef Tort is like, idiot. Now back to work. I think one of my favorite lines of dialogue in that game is when Mario is pretending to be a statue in Queen Valentina's castle. And he, like, just after that scene where you do that dumb minigame with Dodo where you can win the feather, he hears two guards approaching, like the bird guards. And they're talking about how, like, yeah, this job stinks, but it's not as bad as Dodo's job. He has to polish the statues every day. And then, like, Mario is standing on top of, like a... What do you call him? Like a column. Pretending to be a statue. And they're like, nah, man, it's easy. Look, here's how it works. And then they go to polish the Mario statue, who is not an actual statue. So Mario flinches. And then one of the guards says to the other, like, hey, tell me something. Do statues, move? And they're, like, for some reason facing away from Mario when they do that. And they're like, no, statues don't move. And then for some reason, instead of, like, accusing him of being a human and, like, fighting him, they're like, it's one of those lifelike, robotic ones. Let's get out of here. I don't know why that's so funny to me. We all lost our ish as kids with Valentina's jiggle physics, I will say, Deepray G. As kids, I still do. Yeah, shoutouts to Queen Valentina. Did they change it in the remake? I don't remember. Probably. Because Nintendo was like, yikes, we were cringe and thirsty back in the day. I have to imagine whoever programmed that game was a kid and was like, ooh, I'm gonna make it cringy. And then later in life, they programmed the remake and they're like, yikes, what did I do back then? I was a desperate teenager back then. The cleavage got nerfed in the remake, says Stuff Vulture. Well, it was pretty powerful. Nicholas McMahon Watson, I see you with the Totodile emoji. I'm glad people like that one. I made that in MS Paint, everybody. What? It wouldn't let me. Remake is unplayable without the jiggle. Nicholas D, that's why you gotta add your own. Actually, I'm pretty sure I played that remake. I streamed that game before I decided I should do exercises for donations. Well done! Thank you, Nicholas McMahon Watson. That's how Yoshimitsu pronounces it in Soul Calibur 2. He's like the only character in the game who can taunt. And he goes, well done! Trying to do an impression. I wonder who asked you for these awesome emojis. Mostly Nick DeFrenchie, an icon, but like also a lot of other people. They were like, hey, yeah, you should do that. I love how Karma's thing is exercise and Harv is an orange cat and eating on stream. That sounds like Garfield. Stopping the clock, baby. I thought I was unique. Yeah, no, you are, Nick DeFrenchie. I'm trying to say you started it, and then everyone was like, wait a second. Nick DeFrenchie has yet another good idea. Alright, that was a pretty good chain there. Everyone put a PGC in the chat for pretty good chain. If you don't mind. If it's not too much trouble. Thank you for the PGC, Frag. And T-Moss. Yeah, Nicholas D, I was just talking about how I didn't stream Breath of Fire 2 last night because an IRL friend invited me out for tacos. So you get it. I'm sure you understand. I did not stream. I don't think I streamed at all yesterday. No, I did some FFT in the afternoon. I was out with a GF eating burritos. Nice, Deep Ray G. never pass up on the tacos. That's true. I had to go pick up my prize for winning the Season 52 individual skee ball tournament, which exists, Nick DeFrenchie. And, while I was there last night, I was at the bar, and I was talking with the bar owner, and I was like, yeah, I'm here to get my gift card. And while I'm at it, I totally forgot that, like, 10 seasons ago or whatever, we won the photo contest. Because basically the bar owner on some random night in March was like, alright, whoever posts the best team photo of skee ball night on Instagram gets a gift card, and we will, you know, he had the bartenders judge the contest. And apparently our team had the best photo. Thank you, Freg, for the time warning. But we never claimed our prize, so I was like, has that ship sailed? And he was like, no, here's an extra $100 gift card. So hell yeah. Thanks, Dave. He knows I'm just gonna spend it on him. And everyone else on my team. And some other teams, like our friends on the team Role Models, who have been so supportive. Alright, that was a good chain there. Oh, we just beat the 60,000 point mark. Oops. Give me some tacos next time. I feel left out. Oh, Nicholas D with a cool 20 Swedish krona. Hey, thank you so much. Everyone put some tacos in the chat for Nicholas D. Hey, thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, also put the D. Alright, I only play 20-minute games, and then once I see that the timer is past 20 minutes, I do that. Marcus Felix. Let's do these 4 tricep presses. Stuffed Vulture, I was just about to say that. I'll get to that in a second. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Nicholas D, thank you so much. So I was just about to say Stuffed Vulture before, like right before you put that in the chat, I was thinking. I don't think I ever finished the one-player puzzle mode in this game. Which takes a long time, and like my major complaint with the puzzle mode, it's this. This is the puzzle mode. Yeah, so I guess I've gotten pretty far in this. I might have even streamed all the way up to stage 5-04. And basically the puzzle mode works like this. Like, you have a certain number of moves to solve the puzzle in. Let's see if we can figure this one out. Probably something like... No, you can take moves back. Okay, this is a hard one. As a kid, I got really far in the puzzle mode and then got stuck and never finished it. Bugs me that I never solved it. Yeah, I feel like I streamed a bunch of these and then never finished. But also, I could start over. The thing I was gonna say though, what really bugs me about this puzzle mode is that probably the first, like, 30 levels are, like, agonizingly easy. Want to hear a funny story about how life sucks? I got my new car last Friday. Had to send it to the mechanic yesterday. It lasted a whopping 2 days. What? Nicholas D, what happened? Oh my god, that sounds so awful. That's close to something. Did your car explode when agitated? My gosh, Nick the Frenchie. I'm glad you like that dumb running joke. This is so close too. Is that how you start? I don't think so, actually. Have you tried attacking the Tetris? I have, Mega Harp. I think sometimes you need to do a Tetris defense, is the problem. Yeah, this is a really hard puzzle. What do I do? Obviously, not that. You get 3 moves. But, like, what do you do about these hearts? Show moves. Mega Harp, I'm trying. So, okay, so you obviously have to move at least 1 triangle and at least 1 heart. And at least 1 star. Okay, but you also have to move at least 1 diamond. So that might be a play here. There are 6 diamonds. Yeah, you have to move 1 of each. I want to say this is a move. At some point, we do that. That's close, but it's not it. I did a bunch of actual work today, which sucks. Deep Ray G? I feel for you. Guys. I logicked it. I logicked it. Did you see that? Yatta! We solved some random puzzle that I apparently had a suspend point of since, I don't know, let's take a look. Um 2 years ago yesterday. 11/10/2023. Yeah, you won, Mitcha Gams. Thank you. Yeah, we're saving on 11/11, everybody. All right, I do have to go because I need to bring Jackie J to his appointment. So I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. I'm gonna sign off the stream first. No, wait, I'm gonna finish my water first. Great solve, says Stuffed Vulture. You know what? I kind of want to do puzzle mode at one point. Pizza stream later, Nicholas D. I've gained a little bit too much weight. So I kind of want to push the pizza away for a while. Xerxes, yeah, you caught me right at the end. I'm signing off. I got to bring Jackie J to an appointment. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching me play a little bit of Panel de Pon, aka Tetris Attack, and watching me do 73 tricep presses. I'll see you tonight. We're going to finish Breath of Fire 2, but until then, this is KarmaJolt signing off. Tell your friends I'm great. Muscle weighs more than fat. That's true, Nick the Frenchie. But, like, I don't think I usually have this much muscle in my face. You know what I mean? Alright, take care, everyone.